Hi everybody, it's August 15th, 2025. Our life is a patchwork, a seamless patchwork at times of our senses, of our thinking, of our sights, smells, taste, feeling, touch, auditory stimuli. This is all stitched together seamlessly to give us a package of information to disseminate into a rational response to it. And some of us do it with prowess, and some of us have tender points that prevent us from acting upon this package of information as well as we would like. And I've noticed that at times during visualizations of our past, and maybe musings about our future, or maybe envisioning something that's going to happen in the near present, sometimes there is a darkness overcast to it. And by that I mean a negative or a foreboding, or just a sense of illness placed over our visualizations. And what I found is that just because there is a darkness over the things we are seeing inside our minds, that isn't necessarily a precursor for things that are going to happen that are actually bad. It's just like mental mist or mental smoke. You may have a negative emotion that is lingering and is causing that visualization to be dark and scary and feel like it's damning, but that it just may be a lingering emotion that is just coloring your visualization. And so it really doesn't come to anything, but it may cause worry about anticipation about something that's going to happen in the future. So in other times, darkness is just the nature of human mind. You may be looking at a memory from the past, and from before you thought it was a great memory. It was bright, it was hope inspiring, it was healing to think about this thing in the past. And then now that you look at it now, there's a darkness, and you're wondering if that experience was actually any good. But that's just a natural function of our mind, where we compare things, where we color things differently to get a different viewpoint, so we could exercise our mind and our ability to visualize. So the coloring of darkness in your mental visualizations is just a natural phenomena. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can see the future and that the future is going to be bad. It's just a coloring. And this gets me to thinking, like, we have to occupy our minds through a center of trust, or in a center of faith. And the only way to trust your mind and to trust your assumptions and your musings is to have something greater than you that you know that's in control, something benevolent, and that's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. When you try to do everything on your own, you have proven to yourself over and over again that you can't trust yourself during certain situations. On a daily, you lack. Some of us may lack the strength to resist temptation. You know, some of us may overeat, knowing that we would like to be thinner, but we can't control our impulses. So how are you gonna trust your mind in the way you visualize the world if you can't control your impulses? It's not saying that there's something wrong with you. We all have problems that we can't control, but your mind looks at this kind of in black and white sometimes. So in your subconscious, you know that you can't control your urges, so your mind is going to say you can't control how you think, you can't control how to interpret what you think. And that's why people say my strength comes from the Father, my strength comes from God, because that's an anchor to pin yourself upon. So when you need to make crucial decisions and crucial assumptions and rationalizations, you have the Father to anchor you into your higher being, so that you could look through the visualizations of your mind and come out with cohesive, coherent, and astute assumptions and calculations, so you could navigate through life with more precision and with more happiness coming from the outcome of your actions and your thought patterns and your emotional patterns. So darkness is just distraction for all of us, and darkness could be a much tougher distraction for those of us that do not have a center in something that is greater than themselves. So I hope this helps. Thanks.